Hey guys, it's Cloudy. How are you all? Today we're going to be discussing the first 4 episodes of the new K-drama Queen of Tears, which is starring Kim Soohyun and Kim Jiwon. Queen of Tears follows the rocky marriage and family struggles of a couple consisting of a conglomerate princess named Hong Haein, who is the daughter of a very big group called Queen's Group, who owns a variety of department stores in Korea, and her husband, who's known as Mr. Cinderella, the Queen's Group employee who happened to marry the princess of the company. When they first fell in love, Hyunwoo had no idea who Haein was, so they were able to actually create a very genuine relationship, and they were able to fall in love without any complications with a business or with family politics. But a few years down the road, where Hyunwoo is living in the same household as Haein and her parents, her sister and brother-in-law, and her aunt, and also grandparents, the family dynamic ends up suffocating the relationship, and there's no space or room for the relationship to grow or flourish. As a result, at the start of the show, there are a lot of rumors flying around about whether or not the Queen's Group princess is going to end up divorcing her husband. For Haein, who's grown up in this world of chaebols, money, business, she's able to deal with all the pressures of this as well as her overbearing family. But Hyunwoo came from a very simple family background. His family lives in the countryside. They are basically farmers, and he really didn't know what he was getting into when he married in the family. There is a scene in the first or second episode showing all the son-in-laws of Queen's Group gathering in the kitchen to prepare all the food for an ancestral rite, because that's what royal families used to do back in the day. So I thought it's very interesting that Queen's Group has a lot of allusions to like old money, old royalty, and a lot of the son-in-laws that marry into the group, they end up being bullied quite a bit because of this family dynamic. And people say that Hyunwoo has the worst of it because he married into the direct line and the immediate family. As well, Hyunwoo is director of the legal department at Queen's Group, which means he handles all the lawsuits and cases involved in the department store. However, because he's involved with the direct family, he also has to juggle the 7 lawsuits that the immediate family has filed against each other. Like, imagine a whole family that just sues each other because they have so much money to spare and they can just do it because they're being petty or out of spite. The family members play a really huge part in the show, and most of the conflict is internal conflict that's focused within one unit of the family battling another. We see Haein and Hyunwoo, they're their own unit. The parents are their own unit. The grandfather and his girlfriend, mistress, are another unit, and there's a sort of like tug of war between these generations, as well as certain members who married into the family. They might have ulterior motives because of greed, or they want power, or they want to influence a member of the Queen's Group in some way or another. There are a few hints dropped throughout the first few episodes, such as the grandfather's girlfriend, who acts very subtle and down low, but maybe she's trying to manipulate the head of the family in some way. I'm not usually a big fan of shows that have toxic family relationships and also marital problems. I feel like it hits a little bit too close to things that we see in real life. But I was pretty surprised to see that even though Haein and Hyunwoo have marriage problems, we're able to see that interspersed with flashbacks where we delve into how they met, how they got close together, the genuine moments they spent with each other before they were thrown into the Queen's Group drama. You can see that there's a lot of love they have for each other. They just have gotten into the habit of never showing it, or closing themselves off, or protecting themselves from each other and from the family. And so even though I can see this yearning to be close together, they can't help but be reluctant to take that first step back towards each other. And I feel like a lot of times when it comes to bumps in the relationship, people really have to learn to set their pride aside, apologize, and just hug it out, or just really sit down and have an honest conversation, which I think they have been avoiding doing. I also think that the show is very heavily carried by Kim Jiwon right now. Obviously, Kim Soohyun is a very amazing actor in his own right, but I feel like because Jiwon's character, Hong Haein, is so dynamic and so extreme in different ways, her personality dominates a huge part of the show. And whenever she's on camera, all the focus is on her, even though she might be on screen with the main male character as well. She gravitates between extreme ruthlessness as a businesswoman and cold, calculating family member to a slightly awkward wife. I love the dimensions that Kim Jiwon has been able to bring to Haein's character. Finally, I want to mention the jealous ex that appears in the 3rd or 4th episode. I don't like him at all. I think he's gonna turn out to be this like total psychopath that like stabs the main couple in the back, or he's gonna do something to like manipulate the queen's group. He tried to shoot a dog in the 3rd episode, and I was like so shocked that they would do something like that, like on screen, so blatantly. Not that there are any animals that were hurt, but just seeing the tension of the moment where he was trying to like hurt an animal, that was really upsetting and jarring to watch. I really hate seeing crazy exes that don't garner any sympathy or love from the audiences. They're there just for us to hate them, and they're there just to create conflict, and I'm not looking forward to any conflict that is sparked between the couple because their relationship is already so bumpy. But maybe due to external conflict, this conflict will push the main couple to be closer together. So there are a lot of open ends right now because the show just started. There's a lot of directions that the relationship could go to, and I'm very excited to see how the relationship is gonna pan out, especially considering the fact that Haein is on a 3-month timeline and we don't know what's gonna happen in the next 3 months for her character. Anyway, so if you guys are watching Queen of Tears, let me know what you thought of the first couple episodes. And if you guys are interested in future discussion videos, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. We're gonna be returning for another vlog after a couple weeks of the show, and I will talk to you guys in my next video very soon. Bye!